some old photos, Charlie.
Have a good one. Good. Yeah, thanks for getting done. Yeah, it's good.
Charlie.
Have a good one, bro.
I was going through finding some old photos.
You guys don't have a spare TC to do there?
Yeah, we can use it.
Oh, yeah, you got to. Might take a photo.
Yeah, no, we need to.
Oh, you do? Oh, legend.
Charlie, do you need t-shirts for this one?
Yeah, you got spare? Thanks, mate. Good.
Can you give one to a couple of
Yeah, time.
Cheers, guys.
Hello and welcome to the beautiful Gardens Oval, the traditional home of territory footy, where Palmerston and St Mary's are about to battle it out on this relocation Saturday on AFL NTV. It's great to be here at Gardens, great to be joined here in the box. Of course, my name is Dave Kennedy and I'm joined by the NT News sports editor, Dale Fletcher. Dale, this game should be an absolute cracker.
Nah, it should be a beauty. Last time these two sides met out at Northline, it was a draw, so all goes well for a fantastic game here this afternoon at Gardens Oval, which is looking at a tad muddy in the middle, so it's back to good old 70s and 80s footy, so I love it.
Well, really interesting game coming up here. Palmerston and St Mary's. St Mary's will be kicking to the left of screen, and also Palmerston, of course, to the right-hand side of the screen. Some incredible matchups up forward that I'm thinking about already at the moment, Dale. We've got Cameron Cloak, who finds himself on a small ground like Gardens. He really could have a massive influence, the big Goliath for Palmerston. While for St Mary's, they've got Darren Ewing, Stephen Milne, Peter McFarlane, Adrian Bonadio. Should we keep on going with that list?
Well, there should be about 35 goals in this game, shouldn't there? But no, Cloak did kick 7 last time against St Mary's, so whoever matches up on him will be an interesting one to see. But yeah, the Saints in their forward line, they've got an array of talent that could kick a bag. So a bit like a winning raffle ticket.
It's game day on AFL NTV. Palmerston and St Mary's live from Gardens Oval, and we are underway. Ryan Smith got up very high, won the tap down towards Orton. Mackenzie got the first clearing kick of the game. Saints inside 50 already. McFarlane, he had a bucket load of the football last week and he started well already. Raph Clark goes in hard and wins himself a free kick at half forward, almost within scoring range, you'd feel, for the ex-AFL player. And he's going to go back and have a look. Elects to go wide and into the pocket. Here's Milne. Just lost his footing at a crucial time. It gave a chance for Chuck Norris to come across the front of the pack, forced a stoppage, out of play, boundary thrown inside 50 for the Saints, Dale.
Yeah, no, it's attacking to the right-hand end of the screen, or the golf course end, and it's usually the preferred scoring end too, but not as much as a breeze today as he normally is.
Hogan won that from the clearance, got it to Jeddah, kicked in towards the middle of the ground. A couple of grabs for Hunter, couldn't quite take it, knocked towards Donald Mungatopi. He couldn't gather, Stapleton to Ben Rioli, Guy Orton. Measured kick inside towards Ewing, cleared him, went out of play. Boundary throw in inside 50 for the Saints. The opposite side of the ground this time, Dale.
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell that Palmerston's game plan is to really clog up that St Mary's forward line, which is chock full of talent, and to get the Saints on the rebound. So it's a mountain of players here in this ball-up.
What can they do from the clearance? Plenty of numbers around the footy. We might have a secondary stoppage. Geary, head over the footy, almost knocked it out. Orton now at the bottom of this one. And Leroy Jeddah there just puts his arms up in the air and says, come on, umpire, give us a free kick. Umpire Collins not having any of it. Ball up, still inside 50 for Saints. 0-0 the score at the moment. Good tap forward. Here's a chance. Justin Wilson in close. He was dispossessed, though. It gave a chance for Chuck Norris to win the footy away from the clearance and kick out of the congestion zone towards the boundary line. Umpire's found a free kick, though. It's going to go the way, just waiting to see, probably the way of the Magpies, the way the players are reacting, moving further up the field.
I think it might go to Jack Long, the free.
There we go, St Mary's free kick.
Good old-fashioned coat hanger.
There's a report, it looks like. So Robert Forrest has the free kick. I'm not 100% sure what happened in that play, but St Mary's are going to go inside 50. Oh, big fly there from McFarlane. It comes off hands. Norris again at the fall of the ball. His handball only as far as McFarlane. Orton in trouble. Got it back to McFarlane. Round the corner. Bouncing ball up towards the goal square. The mercurial Stephen Milne round on the right foot and kicks the first of the game. Stephen Milne, welcome back to the territory.
No, he definitely showed class there, didn't he, Dave? Milne got around 3 opponents there and showed the poise of a former AFL goal-kicking legend there. So great first goal there for the Saints. It was bound to happen. The ball's been living in the Saints' 50-metre zone since the first bounce down, and yeah, perfect start for St Mary's.
We haven't seen him for a while, Dale, but he obviously comes into the side well credentialed, and he shows his worth in the opening minutes. 3.5 minutes gone almost on AFL NTV, and it's St Mary's by 1 goal. As we await the restart, Ryan Smith down towards Jeddah, got one high, free kick Magpies. As ball's returned to him. He wants to go long straight away. This will be the play all day, you'd feel, in the cloak direction. Good cut-off mark is taken, last line of defence though. And St Mary's able to cut that off through Jack Williams, who switches. Free kick, you'd think, to Anthony Long. Palmy Army not happy. Hopefully they get nice and vocal today, the mighty Palmy Army. Long up towards Stapleton, did well, got it second grab, wants to move it on. Shannon Rioli's got pace. He burns his opponent there in Lachlan Durkay, goes inside 50. Leroy Larson on the left, on the right. Hogan tries the smother, can't affect it, and Ewing takes the mark in the goal square.
Clearly read it better there, Buff Ewing, and kicks the easiest of goals.
There we go. So there's 1 to Milne, now 1 to Ewing. And St Mary's are 2 goals clear in the opening stages. It is on the AFL NTV scoreboard. St Mary's 2 straight. Palmerston yet to score. 4.5 minutes gone, Dale. Yeah,
now when Palmerston went forward there from that last centre clearance, you see Leroy Jeddah just pumped it inside 50, and they really didn't have much thought process about that. So you'd think they need to sort of work their way through the Saints' defence and not to rely just on big bombs to cloak. But he's a strong mark, but he's clearly not going to kick a winning score against St Mary's.
Bevan Charlton-White has his work cut out for him. He's got Ryan Smith and Adrian Bonadio to contend with in the ruck. Let's see how he goes. Bonadio won it down. Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, had it sharked by Bonadio to Shannon Rioli. Kick partially smothered. Raf Clark goes in. He's wrapped up there. Look at Donald Mungatopi in there. The umpire says he threw it out. So Mungatopi wins himself a free kick for the Magpies, and that should be 50 as well, and it is.
Saints players are pleading confusion, but I think they knew exactly what they were doing, throwing the ball away there, and would really bring any 50-metre penalty from the middle of Gardens brings any NTFL footballer within scoring range.
So Mungatopi, he wants to move it on. The umpire says he wasn't on the line, and he's going to be forced to re-kick here. So Bennett was the intended target on that occasion.
Something that St Mary's should look for is Leroy Jeddah running around.
Oh, he went the handball off. Bevan Charlton-White ran past, but still not on the correct line. The umpire being incredibly litigious here, Dale.
So hopefully it's third time lucky.
This irritates me in football, Dale, more than anything else.
It's like oh, now we got a blood rule.
No one likes it when the game stops for a long period of time, particularly when it's umpire-induced.
There's a bit of claret there on Clark, I reckon. There's just a tiny little bit, maybe a milliliter.
Now let's hope that Donald Mungatopi is on the correct line here so that we can start playing footy and stop worrying about the geometry of angles as he goes in towards Cameron Cloak. Really didn't get hands to it. Bonadio there. He's well wrapped up inside attacking 50, and then the umpire finds a free kick that goes to the Saints. And it will go to Bonadio, in fact. Hands off to Davies, up towards Larson at half-back, takes the mark. So Larson goes short. You heard the call there of the 45. It was the short 45 kick to Mark McLean, who goes out wider still. Jack Williams got Stapleton up the ground, goes in that direction. Kick clears him. Donald Mungatopi tracks the loose footy. Boundary line beats him. Boundary throw in about 60 metres round from the St Mary's ground. Far side here at Gardens Oval. 7.5 minutes gone. First term on AFL NTV.
And you said Charlton White had a massive challenge in the ruck. He's also playing a loose man in defence and then sprinting up to these contests. So he'll definitely earn his pay packet this afternoon.
McFarlane was dispossessed. Tyrant Baden onto the loose footy. And he just ran out of room on that occasion. So another boundary throw in. Saints gain about 10 metres in territory. So they're about 55 metres out from goal. And
you definitely see a lot of throw-ins when teams come from Marawa to Gardens, because it just seems like you've gone from a golf course to a postage stamp, isn't it?
It's certainly a lot smaller, as Bradley Mungatobi this time, a high up and under kick. Anthony Long was there, and so was Jack Williams, who ended up taking the mark inside towards Forrest, but wasn't a good kick. Jetta able to cut that one off. He goes over the top, wants Hunter to run onto it, or Cameron Cloak. Cloak comes up to meet it, then crashes his way through Jack Williams. Handball was errant. Anthony Long onto the loose footy. He kicks up towards Shannon Rioli. Just edged his opponent under the footy, wants to gather the loose one. He gathered, then was well tackled. Managed to get a handball towards McLean, cleared him. McFarlane's there at ground level. He tries to knock it out. Eventually it spills out. Justin Wilson, and then a shot on goal up towards the goal square, no good. And Mark McLean's shot just across the face. A minus score. First behind of the game, 2-1-13. Palmerston yet to score. Almost 9 minutes gone, first term on AFL NTV.
Yeah, we can clearly see that the Saints are more poised and polished moving forward, and that's the reason why they have 3 scoring shots and Palmerston haven't troubled the scorers yet.
Palmerston trying to work it out short. Davey the target. McFarlane there to intercept. McFarlane again. Kick not travelling 15 metres, still in play now. He's not. Davey, that's Aaron Davey, make sure that he spills out of play. Boundary throw in, 50 out, this time on the near side here at Gardens. Bonadio to do the ruck work with Bevan Charlton White. Hunter came up third man. Orton won the clearance though. Kick towards Milne, shoved his opponent out of the way. Good smother off the boot there from Luke Martin. Spills out of play. Boundary throwing. The Saints are still pressing. They're not getting reward for effort at the moment.
We can definitely know it's a game plan for Palmerston to go third man up, but that gives St Mary's one extra at the fall of the ball, so that could be very dangerous.
Bonadio taps it to a dangerous spot, but Emery is there, and then had it shark from him. Justin Wilson around the corner, he bangs it through. The Saints have their third.
And a great goal there by Ferret there on the left. Presence of mind to just to evade the diving Palmerston tackler there and just sneak it through there. Just did enough. 15-metre snap there on the left there by Ferret. So perfect start by St Mary's, 19 points in front.
So 3-1-19, St Mary's. Palmerston yet to score. Ticked just past the 10-minute mark. 10.5 minutes gone on AFL NTV. Saints kicking to the right-hand side of screen, or the city end, as opposed to the beach end, I guess you'd call it here. Dale, which one do you reckon is the scoring end here at Gardens?
No, it's clearly the end St Mary's are going to. That's not because they're 3-1-19 and Palmerston are nothing, but during the season, definitely the right-hand end of screen is the preferred scoring avenue.
Well, Saints have been, Palmerston have been pinged here out of bounds on the full, saying the umpire there. So Ryan Smith to take the free kick. Shaq McKenzie. Got it to Anthony Long, back to McKenzie. They're under pressure here at half-back, the Saints. Goes further up, and a good strong mark is taken by Raph Clark. Plays on inside, kicks up to centre half forward. McFarlane brought it to ground. Geary, beautiful pick-up, beautiful handball. Justin Wilson should kick his second, and does. Oh, the Saints are clear here already in the first quarter, and they're flexing their muscles early, Dale. Yeah,
no, it's ominous signs for Magpies fans out there. The Palmy Army, it seems like they're sitting in a library. They're very quiet indeed, because Ferret there just had no opponent. That's the first time I've ever seen Justin Wilson without an opponent. He had 20 metres gap on any black and white jumper, and kicked one of the easiest, probably one of the easiest goals he'll ever kick in his career. So 4-1-25 to the Big Donut. Worrying signs for the Magpies.
We're only 12 minutes into the first term, and as you mentioned, Dale, Justin Wilson's the type of guy that usually runs to his opponent to let him know about that. So interesting to see him without one as we restart things in the centre of the ground. Mungatobi flicked one out there to Brodie Bennett. Got it in turn to Lonergan, kicked up towards half forward. Josh Bennett over the top, punches it towards the boundary line. It spills out of play. Palmerston, you feel they just need to get something on the board.
Yeah, they definitely do, but the St Mary's have also, they're playing 5 defenders against 2 Palmerston forwards, so bombing it long like the Magpies have been doing for the first 12 minutes of this quarter is not the right way to go.
Comes out, and now Lachlan Durkay puts it towards Cloak, who flies high. No one really affected the contest. Cloak might get back. Not in time, though. Jack Williams makes sure it goes across the behind line. There's the first score. It's a rush behind to the Magpies. They need goals, though. And,
they do, and the Saints are on the absolute run here. 2
kicks, and they're at half forward, at centre half forward, and their centre half forward almost took the mark. In fact, he's going to get a free kick, Peter McFarlane. And Palmy Army not happy about that one. Maybe with good reason. Goes in short towards Larson. Set a task. Emery did well to affect the contest. Larson did well as well, though, to get it off to Stapleton. Ewing, one hand to it. What can he do at ground level? This is a great battle there. Ewing and Pettigrew. And Martin, I should say. In the end, it spills out. Fancy footwork for Lejo. He was wrapped up. Maybe unlucky not to get a free kick there. The Magpies, they're under pressure. They're tackling well, though. Spills out. Mark McLean had more time than he thought. Kick towards the hot spot. Stapleton, clean hands and clean disposal. Not quite, just a minus score. And Saints move to 4-2-26. They lead by 25 points. The Magpies just one behind, and it was rushed.
And for Saints fans out there, it's Leroy Larson's just jogged off, but he was in the hands of the trainers there for a lot of the time. I think he's got the old dislocated finger.
Kick in from Emery was intended there for Donald Mungatopi. Jackson Geary got in the way of it. He unloaded from 55 metres out. It might go through. It does. And the Saints have number 5 already.
That was just way too easy, wasn't it? Just from the kick out there, an easy mark handball, and then just a lazy goal from outside 50. It's clearly the scoring end, but the St Mary's are right on top here in this game, and they've come out. They've got a point to prove today. They've got the big gala dinner tonight. They don't want to go to the dinner as losers, so they definitely have a point to prove today. They've got a strong team, and they are looking to win big yet again.
Dale, both of these teams have gala balls tonight. You'd think at the moment that the gala ball at Sky City there in the green and gold will be a little bit more upbeat than the black and white ball at this stage, because at the moment St Mary's are 31 points clear, and we've only travelled 15 minutes into this game. Goal kickers, Justin Wilson has 2 singles to Darren Ewing, Jackson Geary and Stephen Milne, while for the Magpies they just have one behind, and it was rushed. So they've got plenty of work to do. Let's hope that right hand side is the scoring end, because at this stage, if it's not, then the Saints' dominance you can expect to continue. As Shaq McKenzie got it to Justin Wilson, his handball was partially affected. Here's some running room for Palmerston. It comes out. Toby Cameron puts them inside 50. Cloak had to fly from behind. Josh Bennett can go around the corner and dribble it towards goal. Misses to the right-hand side. So 2 behinds now. Almost 16 minutes gone, first term. Margin 5 goals, 5-2-32 St Mary's. They lead Palmerston just 2 behinds, and Josh James, the umpire here, has paid a free kick, and it's against a water carrier for being inside the 50 during a kick-in. He was a good half metre inside play, Dale, so that's fair enough.
I think the umpire ran up to the water boy there and asked what team he was giving water to.
Yeah, so no, fair enough. He was at least 30 centimetres inside the boundary line, so that's a 50-metre penalty when they kick to the other side of the ground. Jack Long will take the 50-metre penalty here.
And it's really opened the ground up now with this short ground here at Gardens Overs. 2 kicks and it could be in the Saints' goal square.
And that first kick, I guess, from the 50 went up towards Ben Rioli. Good strong mark is taken at the back, though, Owen Davey. And Palmerston need to steady the ship here. Emery at half back, he looks for options. And we see further up the ground, not much movement. Palmerston, they need someone to lead towards the ball carrier. They're flat at the moment. Who can give them the lift? Goes up towards the 2 number 10s. Holt Tubbs the target. But in the end, it's Jack Williams who's in a purple patch of form at the moment after last week's good performance as well. It goes inside 50. Emery was well tackled by Bonadio. Got it off though. And Mungatopi to Aaron Davey to Leroy Jetta. Kicks up towards centre half forward. Bennett, that's Josh Bennett, forced to backtrack onto the footy. Couldn't take the free kick, Jack Long, and then Anthony Long up towards Bonadio. Maybe lost it in the sun. Oh, look at the big fella gather. And then he was wrapped up, dispossessed. Crowd wants holding the ball. Umpire disagrees. Handball inside 50. Mark McLean onto the loose footy. Kicks around the corner. Good mark is taken. Luke Martin to cut things off for the Magpies.
There's a timely mark there by Luke Martin there. There was 2 Saints players just waiting for another goal.
Here's Aaron Lonergan, giant patch of mud on his back. No free kick once again. Bonadio kicks towards McFarlane, clears him. Milne just stealth pick up round the corner, and the umpire's going to call this a goal. I reckon it was a behind, but it's a goal. What do you reckon, Dale?
Well, I reckon we had the perfect view for that, and it definitely swung through the behinds for mine, but it was whether it already crossed the line. So it looked pretty pointish to me, if that's a word, or behindish. But nevertheless, when it rains, it pours. Another goal.
Just looking around, Palmerston crowd think it was a behind. So another goal to St Mary's, 6-2-38. They're destroying the Magpies at the moment. 2 behinds. And that goal goes to Stephen Milne, his second for the afternoon, Dale.
Yeah, no, he's looking very dangerous up there. Just actually waited for that ball to drop on the ground there rather than take the mark. So he's very, very deadly around the goal, especially when the ball's on the grass.
Secondary ball up in the big patch of mud here at Gardens Oval. Good to be back here at the traditional home of footy, watching footy. It's a different ball game, I feel, Dale, on this smaller ground, and at the moment the ball game that St Mary's are playing is a much better brand, as Anthony Long up towards McFarlane, lost his footing. Now Emery, he's had a lot of the ball inside his defensive 50. Now a chance, Chuck Norris round the corner, bouncing ball, it's cut off. Shannon Rioli inside 50 finds Milne. He's going to go back in no hurry. Wow, this is absolute total domination from the green and gold at the moment, Dale.
Yes, Green Machine definitely firing on all cylinders at the moment, and Stephen Milne, I can smell a bag.
Sure, he can smell one as well. Comes in, lines up, and this one has missed. We wait the Bronx cheers, and they're not forthcoming. The Magpies supporters certainly silenced at the moment. 6-3-39. Magpies 2 behinds, margin 37 points. We've ticked into time on first term here at Gardens Oval on AFL NTV, streaming live on AFL NTV and of course the NT News website.
I think most of those Magpies fans there, Dave, were saying to the goal umpire that was more of a goal than the last goal.
Exactly. Vallejo there got a good fist on it. He edged Jetta out of the contest. Now Orton got one high, says the umpire. Play on advantage to Wilson. Not on this occasion, umpire bringing it back. So it's going to be a free kick to Guy Orton, about 45 metres out from goal. You'd feel that the game is already out of reach for the Magpies, Dale, but this is just about the sealer, if he can kick this, I sort of feel. Yeah,
well Ferret would be dirty too, because he played on to advantage and kicked a goal. It wasn't the most handsome goal, but it was a goal either way. So there's another shot on goal, and I think I'd love to see the free kick count. I reckon it'd be about 10 or 12 to 1. Well, unbelievable.
Yeah, it's certainly the rub of the green and gold at the moment.
Well done.
Leroy Larson from 48 metres out. He sends it through. Another goal. It's raining goals for St Mary's at the city end of Gardens Oval.
Well, yeah, no, you can just tell that the ball carries probably an extra 5 or 10 metres kicking to the right of screen, but that really has no indication on how dominant St Mary's have been in this quarter. They've just been absolutely sensational. They've even if they were kicking to the other end of screen, you'd think the scoreline would be the same. They're just getting their hands on the ball first. They're more hungry. They're dominating possession. They're pretty much monopolising the ball, and the ball's been living in the Saints' forward 50 half for the whole term, and it goes to show 7-3-45 to 2 behind.
22 minutes gone, first term. Saints in complete control. As the Magpies are clearing kick from Bradley Mungatopi. Up towards the wing, Ashraf Davies, the boy from Yarra Glen, linked up Anthony Long, Robert Forrest, kicks up towards centre half forward. Milne, he just read it perfectly, wheeled around onto the right foot. Ewing, second grab, took the mark, and they're going to line up number 8. 50? No, just
Yeah, I think Buff had a bit of a sniff of a play on there, but he would have come unstuck like Peter Burgoyne did in that infamous AFL final against Collingwood way back in 2002. Not that that doesn't haunt me.
Darren Ewing kicks a goal. 2 goals to Darren now. And St Mary's have 8. Have a look. Can this side get any better, is the question.
Well, I think it can, because I think their runner turns into a pretty decent midfielder as well, Cameron Eilert. So
Scary.
You'd think that there's probably... Would it be the fittest runner in NTFL history?
Well, not according to Gray Morris, who suggested that he's been enjoying a little bit too much Christmas cheer last week. Actually, I saw Cameron in the gym.
And if there's anyone that knows about Christmas cheer, it's Gray Morris, isn't it?
I saw Cameron in the gym during the week, and he was not too happy about that comment. He said he had to work a little bit harder. As Jetta wins the ball from the clearance. Holt Tubbs has to come from behind. He can't. Williams cuts it off. Saints out of defence, and have a look at this. Have a look at the numbers just streaming through the middle of the ground. Vallejo inside 50. Can they find a mark in Larson? Comes off hands. Palmerston do well. Pettigrew kick out only as far as Vallejo though. Goes inside 50 and Milne takes the mark. Plays on. This is classic Stephen Milne. Runs in and kicks it behind. Misses to the near side.
And every Saints player in front of that goal thought it was a goal. They were high-fiving, so maybe that was the evener-upper.
Yeah, there's the evener. And interesting to hear the Progs cheers from the Palmerston supporters, because that's about everything they've had to cheer for today. As Emery wobbles one out of defensive 50. Stapleton punches it back in at ground level. Hunter kicks up towards Holt Tubbs, comes out, meets it well, strong hands. Can go up further. They've got a loose man in Church. He ignores him, goes up to Cloak, who had the spare on him, and Bonadio towards Ben Rioli. Umpire says he got one in the back from Baden.
Yeah, well, Baden really should have tackled there rather than the old hip and shoulder right into the middle of the back.
Rioli up towards McFarlane. Aaron Davey took the mark. He needs to lift. There's a kick up towards Lonigan, who wants to switch play. Looking for Bradley Mungatopi and a Hunter. Hunter ends up gathering the loose pill, and then got it in turn further up the field to Church, who goes to Holt Tubbs. Go inside to Charlton White. It's a high up and under, set him a big task. Jack Long able to get onto it. Holt Tubbs, handball up in the air. Saints have numbers, and they're going to clear things. Raph Clark, a little one to Forrest, and they're out of trouble. Now the kick in board to Jack Williams.
And if they switch play here, they got the loose man in Shannon Rioli, all by himself.
Jetta got in the way of it though. He's got loose men in board. He goes inside. Holt Tubbs and Bennett, they almost mucked each other up. That really would have capped off a brilliant quarter for the Magpies.
It's a bit like that Freddie Flintoff catch in the Big Bash. We just ran into Daniel Christian, sort of a bit like that. But needless to say, it's probably the biggest understatement of the year. This one has to go through.
Certainly does, as Keaton Holt Tubbs comes in. He's got a very measured, very long build-up. He's going to kick from about 40 metres out, sends it on its way. It wasn't that pretty, but it goes straight through the middle all the same. And finally, the Palmy Army have a goal to cheer about. It goes to Keaton Holt Tubbs in the shadows of quarter time here at Gardens Oval.
Yeah, no, very much needed goal to say the least there for the Magpies, but it came off a bit of an errant kick there by St Mary's coming out of defence. They had the extra player, Shannon Rioli, had the whole grandstand wing of Gardens Oval to deal with, but the kick just couldn't find Rioli's chest, and ended up in Leroy Jetta's hands, who found Holt Tubbs, who kicked Palmerston's first. 8-4-52 to 1-2-8. Saints are on fire.
Magpies win the clearance. And they're going forward again. Could they kick 2 goals before quarter time? That would really help their chances. Lonergan, he was losing his feet the whole time. He somehow managed to gather, kick it up towards Holt Tubbs, tries to tap it towards goal. Donald Mungatopi held without the footy. No free kick forthcoming. Still inside 50. Bennett tries to crash through. Umpire circles the pack and calls for a bounce or a ball up inside 50.
And Stapleton there is still in the centre square. He copped an errant boot to the face, so we'll keep an eye on that one as well.
It's in close. Forrest got it off. And St Mary's out of trouble and out of play now. 28 minutes gone first term. It is Palmerston 1-2-8 trailing St Mary's 8-4-52. Dominant quarter for the green and gold as we tick towards quarter time. Palmerston at half forward if they can snare one just before quarter time. Well, they're not going to now because there's the siren. Quarter time at Gardens Oval, and it's the Saints already out to a 44-point lead. 8-4-52, they lead Palmerston 1-2-8. Back soon on AFL NTV. Make sure you stick with us.